And so, welcome back, dear viewers, to another scene for Lost Cub. This time on the east side of the state, here where we got sand and beaches and tourists, seagulls, lots of seagulls.
Oh my!
So many seagulls. In fact, while our buddy Sage, who we'll be starting with, is out doing his busking today, having himself a good old time, being quote dude with guitar on the boardwalk. He does, in fact, have a fan club.
God damn it.
They're the most devoted of your fans. They show up every day.
Well, it's good to have like a regular audience, even if they can't go ahead and pay.
I mean, they used to get really excited about the change people pitched you because they were hoping it was food, and they'd dive down and like peck at it some and get really excited. They'd float off with a couple pennies here and there, but yeah, for the most part, that they'll occasionally go down onto the boardwalk, peck and fuck with some of the change, and then lose interest and fly back up, hoping that the next one will be a French fry. They know it if they wait long enough.
I hate to go ahead and disappoint a captive audience. Go ahead and drop some birdseed down in there every so often.
You just flick handfuls of birdseed down into your. Are you using a hat? What are you using, buddy?
No, I'll use the guitar case and a little red plastic solo cup.
All right, so yeah, you get to play on the beach with admittedly you in fact have a growing fandom, especially once you've started pitching out birdseed here and there. The man, there's a lot of seagulls. On the bright side, especially as your fandom grows, people start taking interest, if only because you go and you set up at your spot, kind of post up and have a swarm of gulls just chilling around. Some of them fly off to poke around and annoy other people, but it's definitely kind of eyesore-ish to the point that people wander over just to see what you're doing that has so many seagulls involved, and they're pretty convinced that they like the music.
Obviously. just creatures of this world are naturally drawn to the strumming of this guitar and the sultry tones of my voice. Do 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 do, and I told her do 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 do. When you bring that six pack, do 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 do, come in through the back door, do 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 do, 'cause it's a party at my parents' house, do do do.
Beautiful. Yeah, people are pretty convinced you have seagulls that like music. For what it's worth, like, yeah, the tourists are down a bit. Your usual, like, your long distance beachgoers aren't really in the area anymore, but there's still people who live, only so many hours away who will still make that hike out to the beach just to net some time in while the prices are lower. And it's there's chill moments, but it's still just nice and sunny on the beach. And if you're really interested, you could go in the water. It's a little on the cold side now, but people will still walk in the wake and whatnot. So you've got a handful of people who have come by today taking video of you and your birds, especially when people throw change and they like go to investigate. In fact, we'll say that there is an intrepid one or two who are starting to fucking pick up certain things. There's at least one point where one of them went and snagged a nickel or a quarter, and you caught sight of it, flicked a little seed into the case, and they jumped over, dropping the coin to go after the bird seed. So you've got one or two who've gotten kind of smarted up, and they'll pick up the change and put it over in the guitar case periodically, and then look at you like, where's my fucking bird seed? Like, this isn't hopeful, this isn't sweet, this is pay me or die.
I'm gonna have a long talk with the management of seagulls after this one.
But I mean, the people on the boardwalk dig it. So on the bright side, you've netted a really pretty penny today. You could go even higher than Taco Truck.
You mean I could go into a taco restaurant?
You could.
And get like sat down at a table and enjoy salsa and chips.
This is a thing that you could do with your day today. You're just swimming in all these dollars, all this change.
All these
You could
crumpled
have
$1 bills.
you could have an actual proper sit down meal. There's even a person who stood there and filmed for a hot second, like filmed through a song, you know, let you know that, like, oh, here's my fucking, you know, here's my Facebook or whatever, here's my YouTube, and dropped you a whole 5.
Oh my god, you mean I might get exposure on the social medias? Oh my.
On the social medias.
On the social medias. I've made it big, Mom. I made it big. Your boy is getting the monies.
So yeah, by the time you wrap up, you've got a pretty decent take today. The seagulls seem to like you. They seem to hang around. They'll eventually disperse. You're pretty sure, probably, maybe, but yeah, they have day by day been growing in number as you come to Busk. You are the man with the birdseed. They know it.
Obviously. Do I see the original offender anywhere?
That fucker still got cinnamon on his beak.
Okay, Cinnamon. Go ahead and, like, after I go ahead and, like, drop my guitar back into the case, collect my money, stuff it in my back pocket, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my attention to Cinnamon and simply say, all right, Cinnamon, you and I are gonna have a long talk about our relationship if you're gonna go ahead and continue to bust my shindig.
He does that really piercing seagull screech at you. Very impassively, not passionately, but just he makes that horrible, like, shriek whistle noise. Just looking you right in the eyeballs. It's like having a fucking cat. You feel like he's about to knock a cup off of a counter.
Stare right back at him. I'm a little bit feral right now. I feel like I could go ahead and pounce and just go ahead and eat that damn thing in one gulp. And I'm like, no. Man of peace now. Because there's tacos in a step-down restaurant I could take off. So I'm going to go ahead and let the offender go for a hot second. Turn my ass around. See if I can't find it. Goddamn, like, the Sembero brothers. Yeah. Let's go find the Sembero brothers.
All right. So you go on a nice little walkie. You know, down the boardwalk. There's a lot of little restaurants around there because, I mean, that's where the money is. So let me fiddle with pictures. So many pictures. Not that folder. In fact, well, oh God, we'll not do that. Just cry as Katie flounders. So you saunter down the boardwalk. What a nice boardwalk it is. And yeah, there's a number of restaurants and places and whatnot along the way. And sure enough, you will find the Sombrero Brothers Taco Shack.
Arriba. Andale. As Sage goes ahead and indeed rushes into the restaurant.
All right, so I'd like to get, like, the party platter. Yeah, yes, I understand this is supposed to feed 3 to 5 people. Yeah, you got a point. 3 to 5 people. All right, so 2 party platters. Do you sell the drinks in, like, entire liter bottles? Or are you able to sell, like, a liter bottle, like just the big old bottle that you probably got back there? You can't do it in liter bottles. Okay, I'll just take, like, two XLs. We they're free refills here, right? All right, cool. All right, yeah. So the 2 XL drinks, and you got 2 party platters, and then after that, I think like a clutch of 4 or 5 taco supremes. That would probably do. And oh my God, are those churros? All right. So, like, how many churros are you allowed to sell me? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. There's a party thing for the churros too. All right, I'll get 1 party thing of the churros. I don't want to get 2. I don't want to kind of dig myself into the diabetes hole there. All right. Okay. Okay. Yep. Here's the money. All right. Good. Okay. Yeah. We'll take this little number thing and we'll go over to our table. Yep. Okay. And you see him walk away with the drinks, little number tab. Sit down with a very broody looking young man. He's vaping, by the way.
Of course he is.
The broody one is rolling a rolly cigarette.
You can't smoke inside, dude. I told you need to get on this vape shit.
I'm not smoking it. I'm rolling it to smoke it later.
Oh, you're just laying it out all fucking like, oh, I'm just so cool rolling my cigarette. I'm gonna get a cop to roll up on us because he thinks I'm smoking the reefer.
You would be able to smell it if we were smoking the reefer, Bill.
I don't know, man. It's cold out. Maybe the sense of smell's a little dead. Maybe it's just gonna act on his suspicions and pistol whip the living shit out of me
Why
while
would he
staring at you to send the message.
What cops have you dealt with that would do that?
Officer Davis is a prick.
Officer Davis has never beaten you.
No, but he made intimations that perhaps at one point he would.
What did he say exactly?
I don't want to have to exercise the force necessary to control you, young man. I mean, so what if I was drunk on the side of the road without my shirt, screaming that I was a golden god? I wasn't hurting anybody.
No, totally. No, you were just announcing your presence as a golden god.
Exactly. People should have been honored to be in my radiance.
Yeah, see, there you go. If anything, you should teach Officer Davis a lesson.
Yeah, probably. Probably a changed man to this day.
I imagine, yeah. Seeing the golden god's perfect nipples.
Damn right.
Should be noted that as Sage goes ahead and enters the restaurant, his nostrils go ahead and flare for many reasons. One of which is the food, like over yonder being grilled and the that comes along with the grilling. Another one being he notices the brooding man with the plethora of cigarette wrapping materials. It's a quick sniff there. A disappointed grimace, and going on with the rest of his order.
So yeah, you do get to have this this show with your lunch, as like you basically step up in line in time to see and hear all of this fucking shit going down. It doesn't seem like they're trying especially to be quiet, and it's not like this is again tourist season. We are definitely post tourist season, so it carries a little more than you might think in a slightly emptier restaurant or taco shack. It's not very shack-like. Definitely a restaurant, but you know, gimmicks. Meanwhile, you know, the poor people in the kitchen are obviously kind of scrambling to make up all this goddamn food. Like they've had to like kick it into full gear, proper assembly line style, as Sage comes up to make his order. And for you know, on top of that, the poor cashier kind of is flicking a glance after Bill, looking kind of like a little shook. Though he does finally whip around and be like, oh, hey, welcome to, what did we decide it was? Something Sombreros? Sombrero Brothers? Sombrero Brothers Taco Shack? What can
Basically,
I get
the
for you
Hat Bros.
today?
That's exactly what it translates to.
Yep. It totally
This is
does.
Gonna go ahead and give a flat order. Can I get the 11, 13, the 14, and the 15? Scratch the 15. 16th? No. He goes ahead and looks at his wallet. Okay, just give me the kids menu. Just everything on the kids menu, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get several meals. Like I said, you made bank today, sir. You could actually get several meals worth of food if you really want to, which you
This is
kind
true.
of do. Your metabolism is kicked.
It's fucking kicking to overdrive. So, I'm just gonna order everything on the kids menu, then order the special 11. There you go. That'll send me. 11 has everything on it.
Would you like a drink, sir?
Unsweet tea if you have it.
I'm trying to think whether that's even a reasonable request. You are in the South, but they do get a lot of tourism. So he just points at one of the urns over by the soda machine and sets the cup on the counter for you.
Okay. Fountain drink. I'll take a fountain drink. That's okay. Sage will go ahead and grab the little carton cup and just go ahead and
get to pay, get your number.
I pay in the crumble $1 bills, the crumpled $5 bills, the plethora of pennies and nickels, and the few precious quarters. Just go ahead and pass it on and expect them to go ahead and just accept it. Then I'll wander over to the fountain drinks and just grab like a big old glass of ice and old Coke.
And you know what? Give me... We're just going to call it a perception alertness because it's more fun that way.
Cool. Let me check my stats.
And then I will let all of you do a primal urge.
Yep. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so got that for the alertness, and then I'll let all of y'all dump primal urge rolls in there.
All right.
4.
Nice.
Oh, you didn't primal urge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Check my levels. Okay. Yeah, 2 of the primal.
4.
Nice. So, what this will all come down to is, particularly for Sage, because you're still in that really early stage where you kind of seeing, hearing things wonky style. It's a little off. You periodically it's a lot like the time you were sort of kind of but not actually high. There is, among other things, you'll see perched over by one of the windows, just chilling outside, ye old taco shack, is a raven. Mr. Raven, at least to your eyes, has a certain like kind of uncanny glisten and sheen to his feathers. And it's not even like sunlight flashing up the shafts of the feathers. It's kind of weird. It's almost like he's got a static sort of effect going on. He looks a little wonky, and it's one of those things where you see it and you rub your eyes or you glance away, glance back, you double take it, and it's just a raven or a crow. Pardon, it's a crow. And it's just a normal crow again, but he definitely looked a little wonky for a hot second there. And then for all the primal urge rolls, for Sage, Anton has a little bit of a wonky, like, it's just, for some reason, like, Bill's the one who's been loud and ordered enough food for a small or medium-sized family. And I mean, it's just the two of them sitting there at the table. So, bad jelly, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dude he's sitting with has a very kind of weirdly distinctive look about him. It's a little dark. It's a little, I'm not going to say edgy, even though I want to. But it's kind of, you get that kind of snaky impression almost. It's just a little, it tweaks you a little bit one way. Like, man.
It's a little bit slippery. It's a little bit salty. It's a little bit, I've got things underneath this suit of mine that would scare you to ever-loving Jesus.
Yeah. Meanwhile, for the other two, who both got exceptionally good rolls, we got some Coggy Pure breed. So he definitely has a much lighter impression to him. And again, he kind of sticks out. He's like weirdly distinctive in a way that draws the eye, not necessarily like, it's not one particular thing you can put your finger on. It's just, you know, he's got that kind of light bounce to the hair that, you know, you've got kind of the salt spray smell in general in the area, but it's almost like a breeze of it kind of goes with him. There's just this really lively glitter to his eyes. Like, he just seems very alive and very tapped in and very, Yeah. And whatever else you would like to associate with Kagi Pure Breed, if you would like to add a little bit of flavor here or there to your own.
See the hippie over there, Bill?
Then meanwhile, Bill just what?
To be fair, to add to the description of Sage, he's wearing a tie-dyed rainbow shirt because, obviously.
You see the hippie over there, Bill? You feel that?
Feel what?
Tell me it looks over. Come on.
He's a guy. Kind of seems like a guy in a place doing this thing. You can eat that churro?
Yes.
Damn it.
Mm.
Like, yeah, he sticks out. A lot of people stick out. Maybe he'll fucking, like, squints at him. Maybe he'll look like Matthew McConaughey in a few years.
As long as he doesn't come over and start begging for our food as he bites into the
He's
churro.
not gonna. Nobody's gonna get near me, man. Like, oh my god, this is delicious. Fucking, but nobody's gonna come over to me. I give everybody the heebs, the jeebs, and just some that rhymes with jeebs.
What happens if they actually start coming over? Well, then we'll know which ones are not, us.
Man, I gotta figure out a better way to do this shit. There has to be a way, right, that somebody could like teach me where I would just know. Like I just look at somebody, be like, whoosh, and just know. There has to be a way.
Dunno, Bill. Looks around.
I don't know either. It's fucking paranoia inducing.
Yeah, imagine that.
So the crow
Fuck
is
you,
just
man.
outside, you say?
Oh yeah, he's chilling just outside the window, doing the little head twists.
Sage
He's clearly
is-
got his beady eye on the inside of that building.
Oh, of course, of course. Sage is going to go ahead and orient himself so that he's sitting closer and closer. And if there is a table or a booth at
Oh,
the
yeah.
window, he's just going to go ahead and like take it. And he's going to go ahead and like crack the window open a little bit if he's allowed to, and simply go ahead and stare at the crow and start to like speak to it, not in a whisper. But if somebody was like overhearing his conversation, he would definitely go ahead and hear, "Hey, buddy, what's up with you?"
There's another glance, head tipping, and then a pretty neutral kind of croaking noise.
He goes ahead and nods his head. That bad, huh? That bad. You hungry, buddy?
See,
Beak
Yeah.
tip taps on the window.
Yeah, but see, you thought he was going to ask us for food, but instead he's going to scream at us in the parking lot.
yeah,
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 that's what's going to fucking happen.
yep.
So he's just gonna go ahead and hold a finger up to the window and grab a little bit of bird seed from his pocket. Go ahead and like take the little glass, excuse me, the cup that they go ahead and give you for water. Go ahead and fill it up to so that the crow can go ahead and reach the seed, and just go ahead and like lay it on the windowsill for it to go ahead and feed on.
So you're gonna crack the window open pretty good so you can fit a whole cup out there without spilling everything out of it.
Yeet.
Kind of impulse control. Wait, no, there is no impulse control. You lever the window open pretty good, and regardless of my constantly calling him a raven, this is in fact a crow. So he's not quite as big as a raven. In fact, he is not nearly as big. Ravens are enormous. And you like go to lever open the window, just enough so you can kind of fit the cup through upright. And now there's a bird in the restaurant.
Ooh.
On the bright side, he has not taken flight. He seems to be pretty dedicated. And he hip hops in. How closely are the other two watching, by the way?
I mean, Bill has taken an interest, albeit a morbid one.
Yeah, yeah.
Anton, that bird fucking looks at you like, this fucker. And he hops down onto the table and let's say almost immediately, like, goes to snag the edge of one of your tacos thinking he's going to be the hot shit. Let me tell you, when he tries to take flight with the taco, it does not go as he planned.
Stares at the bird. The expression of, yeah, that's right.
That was a failure, is what that was.
Yep. Now
Yeah.
you learn the lesson.
Yeah,
Bird.
he grabs the wrap and he like tries to take flight and it all spills out and he drops it again and lands on the far end. Like it's the two tables pushed together, up against the window. He lands at the far end of the table and just squawks in indignation, like, son of a bitch!
I'm very
Yeah.
calmly picks up like the hot sauce. He's just, turning. He's just
Yeah.
looking at him.
Yeah, eventually the staff are going to notice this is going down.
That was my taco.
What?
I mean, it was Sage's taco.
Oh, I thought you were doing it to mine. Anton was
No,
about to
no,
fucking
no, he
decimate
just
the
made some
bird.
straight up eye contact with you, like, watch this shit, and then fucking failed like a champion. No, it's Sage. Sage Taco got vaguely assaulted, but when everything, like, spilled out onto the plate, has been abandoned. So it has been lightly bird pecked, but.
Well, in that case, Anton's just going to lean back. Oh, probably, but watch as he begins to protest. The man didn't. Everything I know what it means.
Shaking my head. Sage is like, well, I guess you didn't like the birdseed. Okay. This does not deter Sage from enjoying his taco. In fact, it has just transformed the meal into a taco salad, actually, as he goes ahead and mixes it all up. Generously goes ahead and pours the guacamole and the salsa and starts to dig in, just sort of edges the cup of birdseed closer to the crow, going, "This is for you, man. I don't." And he goes like protectively goes ahead and like hovers over his own plate. This is for me.
Do that thing
Not
with the
for you,
arm
this is for me.
around the fucking plate.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple squawks of annoyance, but finally he starts popping over and investigates this birdseed, pecks at it a few times. It's not all he hoped and dreamed. And yes, the staff have taken some notice that there is now a crow in the restaurant, and there is definitely some commotion as they're trying to decide what the fuck to do about this bird in the restaurant.
Oh my god. Watch this teeter-tottering panic. They want to deal with this, but they don't want to get near me.
That may or may not be exactly what's happening, pretty much, because they'd have to go right past the other table to get to this crow, and they don't want to.
I never thought that this would be fun for me until today. Anton, this is possibly the best team building exercise I've ever conceived.
What? Us ordering a bunch of tacos and watching as some droopy hippie plays with a crow and the staff.
And then antagonizing the staff.
Right. Okay. I mean, I just wanted to go get a beer,
Anton, this is part of something, okay? This is part of a build-up for me. Because once I was them, and now I'm achieving things, and now I get to be the guy that I always hated, but was born to transform into. That guy who buys a lot of stuff, but is kind of a dick.
You really need to get laid, Bill. Like, my God.
That is not the answer. The answer is me buying more air conditioning units.
Why are you buying air conditioning units?
They're important.
How?
They keep things cool.
This is why we can't have girls over at the house, Bill.
I mean, like, which house? Like,
just any house in general.
Look, my home, okay, my vaunted home that I am still paying the mortgage on, is also a home business. All right, there needs to be neatness. There's orderliness. I've only got the one bedroom. Haven't got a lot to do in the house. It'd be kind of weird bringing them there. I mean, yeah, there's a small backyard, but what the fuck were you gonna do? Play patty cake? I think fucking not. Okay, that place is all business all the motherfucking time.
We're taking you out to an actual bar, Bill. You need to get you.
I know a bar actually. I don't think they'd let you in though.
You could get me in, Bill.
I mean, yeah, I could try to smooth things over with Jeff, but yeah, I could try to smooth things over with Jeff, and you can have a virgin strawberry daiquiri or whatever the fuck it is people your age drink.
A virgin strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah. Or if we're thinking big here, a virgin margarita.
A virgin margarita.
Or a Coke.
Wow.
After the crow has spite eaten about half of what you pour it in there, it finally sizes up. It seems completely undaunted by the people kind of trying to edge around this way or that. It does some more little hippity hops and then takes a jump, a bit of a flap, lands solidly on Anton's back / shoulder,
Ooh, jeez.
croaking loudly.
You look like Jack Sparrow if Jack Sparrow was a little bitch.
Thank you, Bill.
I'm always there for you, Anton.
Yep.
And Anton apparently has no reaction to a crow just landing on him like, this is
So-
cool.
Fucking used to it at this point. Fucking, he just looks up. You gotta do me like this, really? In front of the hippies? Go on. Zzz.
There is an agitated croak and some wing flapping just for show. He will not hit Anton in the head. But, like, you go up to do the zzz, and he, like, flaps a bit agitatedly, like, now!
Anton picks up the hot sauce. I will pour this on you. Go on. Zzz.
Another agitated croak.
I think at this point, Sage is going to go ahead and hop away from his little place by the window and approach the desk of the other two PCs. Table of the other two PCs. And just he's got most of his attention towards the Raven, but once he goes ahead and gets like 5 to 3 to 1 feet from the table, he's going to go ahead and like turn his gaze, like float his gaze over to Anton, and he's going to go ahead and simply begins the speech by saying, "So you got a friend?"
Yep. That's me, the Crow Man. Yay.
Okay. He goes ahead and like tries to take a chair from a table from a buy and try to swing it over to your table and simply say, "Do you mind if I join you?"
Bill looks so shook right now.
He's still so chipper. Look at him.
Why-
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, get off. Backhands the crow with the
Pecks you firmly in the temple and then hops agitatedly down onto the table. Does more of those like really ridiculous looking little hippity hops as you aim for it, and sidles around over somewhere between, you know, the elbows of Sage and Bill as Sage
What do you want,
settles
little
in.
guy? What do you want?
Looks back at Anton and just kind of screams at him in crow.
Oh my god. All right. You see this? You see this? You see this remaining of my churro? You think you can not try to fly with this? I'm not going to be responsible for your death, you little shit.
Be an awful shame if somebody, you know, saved your wings
There's
So
another
much-
agitated scream.
and in
Here.
front of all your little crow buddies. You were known as like, you know,
I-
really no skin. You know
Peck
what
the
I mean?
churro, you little asshole.
The crow does take the churro. He takes a minute this time because he needs to get this balanced. And then proceeds to hip hop practically into Sage's arms, like, this is my safe nesting spot now. And starts like trying to rapidly consume this churro.
petting the crow, petting the crow. It's good crow, nice feathers.
Anton just gives it the look like after all we've been through.
At this point, I feel fucking betrayed.
Yeah, no, fine. I
Yeah.
get how it is.
Sage,
Yeah,
some
we
of
get how it is.
the hairs on your fucking arms kind of stand up like Static Charge style.
Huh, neat.
No,
We
no,
get how
no.
it is, Crow. We understand.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We'll just
Anton-
remember this.
Anton just
Um,
looks at him. I'm gonna fucking massacre you later. That's right.
That-
You. And all
Sage's
your
gonna
little
very,
crow
very
friends.
protectively like bring his hands around his crow friend and say, what is with you two? What the hostility, man?"
Bill like gives you this flat look, and it's only ruined by the fact that like he's trying not to completely ruin the whole front of like his face, the silhouette as it were, by like just fucking eating the churro the way people do. So instead, it's coming in from the side and completely undermining this. Like he's just getting side face churro while he's staring at you, chewing so intently.
I mean, like, can we all just like get
No.
along?
No, we can't.
Can't get along?
You are someone who approached us.
Yeah.
I
Should we-
do not know you from anybody really.
Because it extends a hand. Sage, by the way.
Anton closes his eyes.
There's some like contented chortling going on.
Bill will be the one to take the open hand. Bill. By the way, that hand, because of the nature of churros, is covered in fucking cinnamon sugar.
Goes ahead and like shakes the hand, pump it once, twice, and as soon as he's released, goes ahead and grabs a napkin off the table, tries to wipe the cinnamon away.
There's more chortling.
Okay, we're down to the last 2 churros. Anton, this is the last call before these both go in my face.
Give me one.
There you go then.
Takes it. Stares at the girl like, yeah, that's right.
See,
Try it.
you're confidently stating things you want and communicating them in a professional manner. I feel like we've made fucking progress in this team building exercise.
I have been communicating this the entire time. You have just been too busy shouting.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Like that incident down when we were driving down here with that nice parking lady. You shouted at her a lot, Bill. She's quite upset.
She tried to double charge me, and that
You
is bullshit.
You double parked. I told you were going to double park, but no, you're like, no,
I
I
did
don't
not
know.
double park. I was on the line, okay? On the line is not double parking. On the line may be kind of living on the edge, as it were, the edge of the painted fucking line. But it is not, by any stretch of the fucking imagination, mirror extension be damned, double parking. So I ain't getting double charged for no fucking imaginary double parking, okay? This is not the society we live in. We live in a society, Anton, a society that does not bear falsehoods or bullshit double charges for non-double parking incidents that never happened because I was on the line.
This is why, like, I had to talk her down so you didn't get arrested, Bill. This is that reason right there. That exact reason.
Really involved in this particular offense. Really involved.
Look, all right, it is not my fault that she took the 1 iota of authority vested in her by this fucking like county and decided to become a parking fascist.
She was not a parking fascist.
Parking fascist.
I wasn't there. He goes ahead and throws his hands up. Wasn't there. I'll have to take your word for it.
He just sits there and vapes angrily.
Continues to go ahead and pet the crow because he's got a new friend now. The seagull was once his enemy, now his friend. Now he's just using the same process over and over again with all of his bird/enemies rivals. They'll all become his friends. All bird friends.
So, all right, I'm going to be straight with you, my guy. You ready for me to be straight with you?
We can be straight.
You look like a young lad, or you look young as fuck. Okay.
Yes.
We are 2 strange men. Did your parents never teach you about stranger danger?
They did, but I feel I can go ahead and handle you two.
Really?
Up, set him off.
Yay! I set him off.
God,
Really, I was just very interested in why my new friend here was so interested in you two.
Birds are stupid.
You hear
Birds?
more of that like muffled chortling as he is trying to choke down like the remains of this churro at rapid pace. Because if shit gets real, he doesn't want to leave any of this churro behind. This is some good eats.
Yeah. Birds accept obvious bribes and then don't enact the implicit agreement that the bribe was based on.
Because birds are stupid.
And dicks.
You two sound like you're speaking from experience. Has a bird gone ahead and wronged you in any way?
Bill gets his far off look.
Most withering stare to that Stormcrow. Like, yeah, that's right, fucker. You fucked me. You did
there's more agitated, like, you know, squawk squawk chirp, like blah blah blah, like meh 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 meh, essentially.
You're just gonna go ahead and continue to pet the crow and simply say, "You guys want to take this conversation like somewhere a little bit more like private, so we can work out the differences between you two and this obvious bird."
And fucking, this is the point where Bill's just like looking at Sage and Anton, the bird, and Anton again. He's obviously trying to process what was just said. Are you? What is?
We're not taking LSD, dude. No.
You know what? Fuck it. I wanted to go to the beach. We're going to the fucking beach. I don't care if you fucking hated Hayden Christensen. We're going to the beach.
I never said I hated the beach.
I also just mistook you for Hayden Christensen again.
When have I ever said that I've hated the beach?
I don't know. Like I said, I must have mistook you for Hayden Christensen again.
Stands up.
Bill gets up.
Oh, I'm Bill, and he's walking out.
Sage is gonna go ahead and leave the last of his busting as a tip. However little it is, if it's just a quarter, it's just a quarter.
I'm gonna successfully
Sage.
walk along the beach.
Sage, you watch Bill just make it fucking rain sweet, sweet dollar bill guacamole for that tip.
Oh.
Anton doesn't tip because fuck you. That's basically his reason he's walking out.
Oh my. The quarter just stays there. He's a little ashamed of himself for not providing a better tip, but that's just because he came perfect.
Bill helpfully puts the quarter on top of the paper money like it's the centerpiece.
Aww.
Oh, wait, shit. That was your entire thing. Okay, I got this. Flip, 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 a few more dollars. Okay, that should help this increasingly traumatized looking group of people move on with their lives. And Bill walks out.
For what it's worth, as Sage, as you get up, this crow kind of waddles after you and just squawks at you loudly. Like, hey!
He'll offer like a finger for him to go ahead and like hop up.
Yes. He hops onto the hand, starts climbing, beak and talons up your arm.
I'll go ahead and like offer the shoulder for him to go ahead and roost for a second. And just go ahead and try to find out exactly what's going on between these two strange people and this one crow. Because that's what he's doing today.
Yeah, the crow for all the world climbs up, sets on your shoulder like this was the plan the entire time, and even like nibbles your hair a bit. You're like, yes, you have done good. Have praise. Nibble, nibble. As you follow these two assholes out onto the beach.
Meanwhile, Bill has set down his bag and is like, all right, Anton, you may be wondering why I brought the bag, but there was a plan.
Really? I would have never have guessed.
Abso-fucking-lutely, okay? I said this was a team building exercise, and goddamn, it's going to be a team building exercise.
All right.
So what I have here is the floor plan, and he pulls out this piece of paper for a sandcastle. And in the bag are the instruments we will need to construct it.
We're building a sandcastle.
Together. It's a team building exercise.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so which side are you starting with? Because like, if we're gonna actually work together, we need to actually have like a civil relationship here and not just like a Bill delegate to Anton relationship.
Oh, I mean there are like two of us. I would have to contribute.
Oh no, there's a difference between contributing and then taking charge. See, Bill? If we want to make this a team building exercise, we got to be equal partnerships in this.
Okay. I swear, prenuptial and everything, that this will be an equally partnered sandcastle.
Good. I'm glad we could come to this agreement.
I mean, I am too, for better or for worse. I will start on the left.
Very well. I will start on the right.
Okay.
Sage, for his part, I could just go ahead and assume is standing off by the side, the crow at his shoulder, observing this particular bit of nonsense, but just like going with the flow.
Oh my word. You watch these two dudes just start very seriously building a sandcastle.
Is it multi-layered? Does it go into the ground?
Yeah,
Do you dig a deep moat?
Oh, I mean, okay, so the moat is like one of the finish. Well, actually, no, Bill reconsiders this. So the moat really sets like the edges of the castle, but then there's the first layer of walls. Okay, like eventually we'll get to building the keep, and it'll be a delicate operation because of Bill's poor choice to start with the outer walls.
And yeah, Anton is very intricate. When it comes to keep, you just look over Bill. Why did you build the outer walls first?
I don't know. I got excited.
All right. No, it's fine. We'll just you look a bit fancy. It's fine. Nobody's watching anyway.
Yeah, holy shit, there's nobody here. Oh, I forgot you were there.
Hi! The hippie with the tie-dye shirt goes ahead and waves.
The crow's still with him.
Yeah, because the crow's a bitch.
We're gonna eat so much shit for all this trash we talk later.
Oh no, he knows how I think of it.
I'm gonna eat so much shit for all this trash you talk later.
Hey,
There's a chortle.
I haven't done anything. Fucking helped his fucking ass. But oh no, comes over and steals my taco. No, I'm a big crow and I walk over and
Hey, he didn't steal your taco. Jeez.
Still Sage's taco.
he said he's
Fucking
trying
He thought about stealing your taco. Oh, believe you me, he thought about it for a hot second. He would have.
Oh,
Died in the crib. Don't worry.
This is some straight up taco projection.
Oh, me big storm, says under his bed, me big storm crow. I'm from Grandfather Thunder, but I have to hang around with weird hippy dippy guy to prove my point. Ooh, boom, look out, we keep.
I will totally let you roll alertness to hear his crazy talk. If you want.
It's worth noting that Bill is the more asinine of the two when it comes to sandcastle production. Bill brought a ruler.
But
Sage, for his part, is just gonna go ahead and like sort of crane his neck towards the go and simply ask, so what's the beef between you two? Because I'm sensing like a lot of like negative vibes and energy between you two.
Oh no, Anton, I'm not weighing in on this.
Why are you using a ruler
To make sure everything's even.
in a sandcastle
Yes.
on a narrow, unstable surface in a bit of sand?
Look. All right. Lopsided production is how we create tragedies.
But it's a ruler, Bill. It is not like we're doing modern day architecture.
I mean, we could use similar principles to make a stable-ish sandcastle.
Okay. Then put the ruler this way and we'll measure up the keep. Jesus fucking Christ.
Bill has successfully worn Anton down into this asinine exercise. You, Crowman who smells vaguely of reefer, come here.
Mr. Project, goes ahead and starts to go ahead and waddle over and simply mumbles under his breath, probably loud enough for you to get in here. I haven't smoked any reefers since a few weeks ago. Sup?
All right. So Bill, unaware that he is the author of his own fucking doom in this scenario, this is like, okay, I have no idea why, but I feel the need to bring you in on this project.
Mhm.
I am bequeathing to you the like southernish third of this.
Okay. Can I use? And he goes ahead and points to a pail and points to a shovel. Can I use those two things?
Absolutely. That is why they're here.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the villages outside of the castle keep and go ahead and sculpt them. Hopefully the peasantry will be to your liking, my lord. And we'll go from there. At which point, Sage is going to go ahead and walk towards the water. Take the pail. Take a whole bunch of water. Go ahead and walk it back over to the sand pit they're starting to build. Splash it onto the sand. And start to mix like wet sand with dry sand and start to go ahead and like sculpt and mold the various outcroppings of this particular sand castle, the peasantry, the windmill, the mill, several different houses, and starting like with the walls, at least from the southern half.
This is amazing.
I am the Sand Castle Master.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. All right.
The crow will hop down when you go for water and whatnot, and it's just kind of hip hopping around in the sand, chilling, being a bird, eyeballing up some seagulls.
Sage is going to go ahead and point to the schematics, the plans that Bill has gone ahead and drawn up. Would you like some pointers?
You know what? At this point, I am genuinely just kind of open to see what happens.
Okay. I'm going to give you some material to go ahead and use to go ahead and make these walls, all right? I think this material will go ahead and help you a little bit longer than just the base stuff you've been using. Which point, Sage is just going to go ahead and back up, walk up back to the tide, go ahead and collect even more of this really, really wet clay-like sand, and just go ahead and like dump it in front of Bill for him to go ahead and use as material for the rest of his foundation.
Bill just accepts this. Like, he's just fully engaged on this crazy train at this point. Katie, save us from ourselves.
I don't know. Watching you guys build sandcastles is pretty on point.
I don't
Sadly,
even know.
Burby McBurb can only do so much, except potentially start inciting a turf war with some seagulls, which looks like it's off. You know, it honestly looks like it might be in the offing. He is, Anton's glares aside, is not getting too far from his 2 human shields. Well, 3 human shields at this point. As there are seagulls that periodically land, wander a little close, he like screams at them and they bustle back a bit, but like imminent turf war about to happen. It's beautiful.
He's sitting there talking mad shit at the seagulls.
He is.
Oh my god.
No, fuck off!
They're both arguing over the cinnamon rolls in that trash bin, like a few yards over there. And I'm thinking to myself, they've already taken that particular like trash, man. You don't need to fight over it. It's literally gone. He says, like, out in the open.
You see one of the seagulls flick over to like actually check the trash can. It like dives its entire upper body inside, pulls its head back out, does that seagull screaming noise.
Oh, you see, now it's just frustrated and agitated. Now I just go ahead and peck at you for no reason.
The swarm looms. Meanwhile, the crow he's trying. He really is. He's trying, but I mean, how many hits can he possibly drop? He's a fucking crow right now. Can't exactly just go start talking to people all willy-nilly. That's not how that works. So he finally like hip hops over, and is Anton like actually down in the sand doing this?
Mostly, he's given up about halfway and is lighting a cigarette, just watching Bill be Bill.
Yeah, that'll be a launch and a flap as he goes to like perch up on Anton's shoulder.
Just looks up at him. Oh, now you're coming over. I see.
You might dare say there's an apologetic like nibble at the hair, like, "Come on, buddy, friends, preen, yes." Very appeasing. There's definitely a point where the bird is like looking at Anton, looking at Sage, looking at Anton, looking at Sage, and you can hear the internal monologue of "fuck my life."
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
And just for Sage's sake, there's even a point where he finally starts like flicking glances between them and then looks over at Bill's shoulder. Just looks at his shoulder like, "Why aren't you helping me?"
Bill is so deep in this mad sandcastle fucking project.
It's gonna get to a point where we're just this pleading from this particular crow creature is gonna go ahead and move something inside of Sage, that he just goes ahead and says "fuck it," turns to Anton, who he doesn't know quite yet, and simply say, "So what's the?" So I tried to ask like the bird what was the deal between you two, and he wasn't really that talkative. So I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you, what's the deal between you two?
Still there, Torna? Has your mic died?
Oh no.
There might also just be real life taking place.
Very possible.
In which case, I'm like a mentor figure to him. One possibility in many futures open to the young squire.
My God.
And I decided that this would be the best way to bond. It could have been any number of things, but, well, as you can tell, he has the look and relative angst of someone who had to grow up pretty fast. I just wanted him to have a mild taste of this childhood-like activity. Unfortunately, I seem to have overestimated his relative interest in sand-based architecture.
An honest mistake.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can kind of think of me like an older sibling. That is not in any way genetically related to him.
Sorry, is Bill the character speaking to Sage the character?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
He has
Gotcha.
chimed in.
All right. We'll go ahead and like redirect his attention to Bill, and simply go ahead and respond. Okay, so you're the quote unquote adult in this situation.
That I am. I can buy cigarettes and drink and everything.
Cool. Are you a star child as well?
Bill stops. What?
Did you go through like a change lately in which you became something that you weren't previously, and then you spoke to a giant thing in a glass tube that I'm calling Zordon at the moment?
Define change.
Did you realize there was a part of yourself that you did not realize was there previously? Did you realize that you noticed things that you did not notice previously? Like how well like cinnamon went ahead and tasted in your mouth or smelled from far away, or how like the fucking beach is just a fantastic place? Or did you literally go ahead and get a little bit like bigger than yourself? Or did you go ahead and like speak to things that you really didn't think that you'd be speaking to?
All right.
So much chortling.
Just stop it right there. Between at least one of the hints you just dropped and this bird being a fucking asshole, I think I know what you're talking about, which puts me at 2 for 2 in terms of trips that I've taken. One's of you that I've met, one's of you that are also like me, that are also like him. I fucking, oh my god. Okay, so fuck, let me see who's around.
Sage is gonna go ahead and like crack a really, really wide smile and grin and simply say, "Star children."
That is not even the possibly even a fucking 18th of what we are. Just hold on while I make sure nobody else is around.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's pretty clear. Like, truth be told, like every so often you have like, a surfer walk by in like a proper wetsuit. You'll have couples walking by on the beach, but it's few and far between. This is not a cluttered, midsummer beach situation in the moment.
And then he'll finally, when he's sure nobody can hear, be like, "All right, dude, who did you kill and what do we have to clean up?"
But what? He goes ahead and exclaims, like completely confused and slightly panicked.
Like, you changed. You probably iced somebody, right? Like, who did you fucking kill?
What are you talking about, Ice? I didn't kill nobody.
Are you fucking kidding? Why am I the only one? All right. That's good. That's less of a fucking mess.
He goes ahead and throws his hands up. Are we talking about like
Look, dude.
a murder type thing
okay.
here?
Brochacho. Broski.
Talk about murdering people.
Bro Mikowski. Brochacho.
Mm-hmm.
You, because of what you have become, are in an amazingly hostile and mysterious world now.
What are you talking about? I'm a child of I'm a child of Luna. I'm a child of Gaia, and I'm my brothers and sisters of the stars, man.
Okay,
that's all I
cool.
know.
That's really cool. It's all ooh and ah at first, apparently, for everybody but me. But sooner or later, there's gonna be some gross shit. And I mean some like grade A fucked up gross shit. And it's literally your purpose in life to fight it. Not to mention all the fucking shit normal people are gonna throw your way. Not to mention that sooner or later, yeah, you're gonna have to join the club, get the little fucking stamp on your hand, and kill somebody.
Look. I just thought I was a teenager with attitude, man.
No, my friend. You've been drafted into a cosmic war.
Okay. Well, Zordon didn't tell me of any of that nonsense. Just told me I needed to go ahead and kill the worm.
Okay. Does that not strike you? Who is Zordon?
Zordon is my friend. The lighthouse. You want to meet Zordon? Come on, let's go meet Zordon. He's going to go ahead and start to walk in the direction of the lighthouse.
Anton, goddamn it, Anton!
I'm just going to put Anton on /follow in the moment.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's happening.
I'm not sure either.
But yeah, you can totally start off towards the lighthouse.
All right, we're fucking doing this. Just don't get freaked out when you see Satan.
I don't. Satan isn't real.
Satan is my co-pilot.
I that just sounds like something you say, not something that is.
No. Lucifer is in fact with me right now.
Like right now.
Yes, like right now.
Like is he hiding behind you?
He's walking next to me these days.
Okay. So
So
like,
when you meet me,
Mhm.
where I think you're going to also meet him.
okay. I have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay, not a quick question, but curiosity. Did you ever have the feeling that you were walking like alone and you turned around and there was only one set of footsteps? And you asked like Lucifer, where did he go? And he just goes ahead and whispers that he was carrying you through the tough times.
That's not quite my deal with the devil, no.
Okay. He's gonna go ahead and like retrace the steps that he went ahead and took that really, really weird autumn night, excuse me.
I will assume you start moving as a conglomeration, 3 men and a crow, up towards this lighthouse. Which I mean, I know Bill will be checking it. It is obviously marked as like kind of an open landmark touristy thing. You can walk in, you can go up and see the light. Like it doesn't look like anything fucking crazy. It's just kind of what you'd expect at the beach, really. And I mean, sure enough, this dude who's like all happiness and sunshine and high energy, Jesus Christ, is leading you, up the steps and to the lighthouse, and you open the door, and it's God, that's a lot of stairs.
I've spent most of my life smoking and drinking. Oh, this is not my normal level of exercise.
Sage takes it 2 steps at a time.
I was not planning to fight a cosmic war, and now I'm climbing stairs.
Hey, come on.
I'm working on it.
He is that excited young man with too much energy and too much pep.
I'm working on it. All right, I'm finally here. Thank God.
He goes ahead and opens the door, which just leads on to a flight of stairs up the tower. At which point he goes ahead and does the double time up this flight of stairs as well.
Fuck.
Eventually, Sage in pretty quick time is up in that like observation room. Eventually, Bill will join him, flopping through the door, like a sad floppy fish. Presumably, Anton is, I mean, maybe he's smoking at the bottom. Maybe he thinks this is silly. I'm not sure. I don't know. Anton's lost.
Okay. So we gotta make sure nobody sees us do this.
All right. And he takes off his shirt.
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, okay. You're going to think this is weird, but you don't take your clothes when you go ahead and go to the other side. So you got to go ahead and strip down.
Oh, nobody did that for you yet.
And
We're gonna fix that for
he's
you
got,
later.
Like, his hooks in his pants. Gonna do what to me?
We'll fix the clothing issue for you later.
Okay. He's gonna go ahead and like lower them down.
Cause my shit comes with me, son.
Hat.
Special
Fuck
trick. It's what you get for like cooperating with the greater cosmic war.
He's go ahead and like rebuckle his pants to his waist. Like goes with you is go with me, even though it obviously is not. He's like,
you know what you're gonna learn. Let's do this.
All right. He's gonna go ahead and look to the planes of glass, try to catch his eyes in the reflection, and just go ahead and fall into himself.
The last thing you hear before you cross over is, "Oh, by the way, I'll be a bear."
What?
So, Katie, just letting us cross.
Oh yeah, you guys can take your time.
Note, there are Christmas lights all the way up and down this particular lighthouse.
So you get across and you look to where Bill's supposed to be.
Legit.
And still belligerently perched on his shoulder is Satan.
Sage, for his part, shimmers with starlight in the daylight, which is kind of weird, but you know what? Just go with it.
Man, I feel like I've been fucking shorted. I'm just a fat bear man, and you get to like glow.
Because Ed looks at himself, which I mean, meh. He goes ahead and points to the glass tube behind you and simply says, "Introduce yourself, Zordon."
Hey, Bill, you gonna turn around?
Yeah. Oh, sweet Jesus.
In place of all of the mechanisms, the big fixture that's normally the light and the mirrors that reflect, you know, the proverbial light from the lighthouse, there is this massive glimmering being, kind of kite-like, kind of wavering, wafting around. But it's big. Like, it's filling the glass tube pretty well. It has room to like flutter around, move, do flips and stuff, but yeah, that's there, glowing brightly, somehow not painfully, but very brightly. And yeah, your new buddy Sage there is a veritable starscape. He glows. He has kind of there's twinkling, kind of glimmering. And if you pay real close attention, you may or may not see certain familiar patterns in the glittering. But yeah, meet Zordon, who turns its head question mark towards you. It's kind of like wavering up above, tipping the big head down.
You are big.
Sage, for his part, is rushing towards the giant glass tube and giving it a big old hug, which may or may not be bear-like. Hey, buddy, I brought a teenager with attitude. Aren't you proud of me?
I'm 24.
Yeah, I brought a 24-year-old with attitude. Jesus.
The response will not be anything that Bill understands. It's almost impressions and humming, kind of like the humming you'd hear like when a light comes on. Like, not purely electric, just that kind of like energy is happening. It's happening a lot. I mean, Sage hears it. You found another one.
Yeah, he's a bear, but yeah.
And especially as he goes up and hugs the giant tube, the spirit, wafts around, and one of those kind of like whipply little tendrils that's kind of like kite ribbons almost, kind of sways its way over and plasters briefly against the glass there. See, you are not alone.
Twinkles and other like glass shattering noises reverberate from Sage as he tries to go ahead and mimic the spirit's speech. Some of it comes out in English. Some of it comes out in crystal shards shattering is what I imagine spirit speech to go ahead and like come down to, as it goes ahead and simply says, "Well, I guess I don't know what he is, but yeah, I found a weird thing and it followed me here. Are you proud of me?"
Are you proud of me? I'm dying. He's like you. He's Garou.
Garou, he goes ahead and says in both like spirit and English.
But while you are brother to the stars, he is brother to Bear.
He goes ahead and nods, detaches himself from the big old hug to the glass tube, turns to Bill, simply says, "You are son of Bear," it says.
Yeah, I was wondering why the fuck I look like Smokey Bear.
He also says you are Garu.
Now that's a word I can finally get behind. That means werewolf.
Really?
We can turn into literal wolves.
Because then points to you. No, I've been a wolf before. I've definitely been a wolf before.
Oh, it gets better. We can turn into super big murder wolves with hands, hairy teen wolves, and ourselves.
I don't think I've experienced that, Sage says, like,
Man,
very
Anton
like
made me try it out.
earnestly.
It fucking sucks. It hurts so much.
I'm goes ahead and shrugs. But yeah, this is Zordon. This is my pal. This is the one that introduced me to like the fact that I'm a brother and sister to the stars. You like him?
He is. I can't understand a damn thing he says, but at least he's not trying to kill me. Yeah, like the birds with Anton. The bird's weird. The bird's the only one I've seen just like be in the real world. And then Satan over here is my friend.
Goes ahead and waves to Satan.
Satan waves back.
He seems interesting. Sage goes
He
ahead and ends that particular statement.
he likes me because he has an easy time feeding off of my existential ennui. Anyway, yeah, apparently your friend, while that was factual, the whole kill the worm statement, didn't explain to you that our entire lives are apparently characterized by secrecy and bloody violence.
That seems
And
like
important note before I let you get some crosstalk in here, buddy. There will always be a chance that sooner or later you will get so angry that you will basically explode in a violent outburst of berserker rage and kill everyone around you.
goes ahead and gives you the cork eyebrow. Is like, I don't believe you.
I've come close a couple times. It is very real.
I'm not sure I go ahead and believe you.
Look, Anton's been doing this longer than me, but like I've been digging into this. This is apparently there was a long series of issues having to do with us being Guru and killing the worm, which, like I said, cosmic warfare.
Goes ahead and looks out to the outside of the umbrella reflection of the lighthouse. I assume that Helios is still like burning outside.
Yup. You still know they're there, though.
The stars.
You could swear you can almost see them. I mean, for one, it's the Umbra, and for two, you're their kin. It's not like they go away during the day. You are still kind of intimately aware of the fact that they're there, and probably even roughly where various constellations are.
Turning towards Bill, he simply goes ahead and asks, So what brings you to these conclusions that there is some sort of cosmic eternal conflict that we are involved in?
It's mostly a combo platter of hanging out with Anton, who's been doing this longest out of any of us. And shit spirits apparently say I can't understand a damn thing, but apparently you and Anton have got the touch.
Got the touch, got the power.
Yeah, among other things. Anton has been on his own dealing with some of this shit, and the way he puts it is that evil spirits get into people and then bad shit happens. In fact, if you ever see anything made by Magadon Pharmaceuticals, I wouldn't consume that if I was you.
But you mean the guy that makes the guys that make the skim cream and the sunscreen?
Yeah, don't use that shit. Do not use that shit. That is like, I understand that you're underage, but you probably drink. You know when people do like the fucking like thing where there's a stupid like tower with a groove in it that's made of ice, and they're like, oh, let's do a luge shot. You know what I'm talking about?
Assume I said yes.
Well, Magadon Pharmaceuticals are the luge, and death and evil and insanity is the vodka pouring down that luge into your mouth.
Hmm.
From what
You
I
see-
understand of what
you
I have
s-
been told.
You see Sage go ahead and like dig into his tin a little bit, trying to go ahead and digest what you're putting down. Turns towards Zordon and simply says, "Okay, so what the hell is he talking about?"
It just kind of turns to regard you, idly. What is he talking about?
He's talking about like evil spirits coming in and possessing people.
Yes.
That happens?
Yes.
Evil spirits possess people.
Yes.
Goes ahead and nods. What happens when they possess people?
When a Bane possesses a person, they become Fomori, usually. And they will either wear the person until they burn out, consume them from within, or ride them until they are of no use and hop to another.
Sage is gonna go ahead and repeat what Zordon went ahead and said in like plain speak, and look to Bill and simply say, "Is that true?"
Well, what?
That evil spirits are called Banes, and then they possess people, and those possessed people become Fomore. At which point the Fomore just go ahead and do as much evil shit as possible before they burn themselves out.
Look, that's more an Anton talk. He's got way more expertise about the ins and outs of this than I do. But I will tell you that the last guy we had to off was in that category.
So you've already killed somebody.
I've killed 2 people. Okay, so I directly killed 1 person who tried to kill me. Tried to shoot me
Okay.
in the fucking head.
Self-defense is a
That
thing,
was
I guess.
that was my first time changing. I turned into the large murder beast with hands, and I dismantled her. All right, and it was pretty bad. I freaked out pretty hard, but she was in pieces.
That sounds particularly violent.
The second time, I was more an accessory to murder. I helped it make it happen, but I didn't really kill the man myself.
Okay. But you killed a person possessed by evil spirit.
From what I'm led to believe, yes.
Turning towards Zordon. So, can a person does a person possessed by a spirit have to be killed?
Oh no, Austin, they're dropping like flies.
Oh God! It's gonna be us next time. It's gonna be you, or it's gonna be me.
I've been muted, I'm sorry. Oh god, what was the last bit again?
Sage asked Zordon, "Do you have to kill people who are possessed by evil spirits?"
Waffling through relation level. And it says, maybe. Technically. No. But also technically. Sometimes yes.
Goes ahead and scratches his chin. Do they have to be killed because they are possessed?
Once the Bane has set in and become Fomori, it cannot be extracted again. Not without, well, it like wavers around, does a bit of a twist. Not by any of you. the only way to kill it will kill the host.
Hmm.
And while perhaps technically you have free will and do not have to kill it, you are Gaia's teeth and claws. You would be doing a very poor job if you did not.
Hmm. Hmm. Is there a way to stop the possession before it gets that far?
If you are in time, yes.
Hmm. Are there signs to look for that a person is not fully turned?
You can see them on this side.
Interesting. To Bill, it's more like clink, 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 clink.
Dude, Bill's been
Clink.
blankly staring through this like Satan. I don't know what's going on.
Satan shrugs.
You and I, Zordon, will have conversations about this particular concept at a later point. Because I feel like you got some wisdom to go ahead and lay down on me.
Yes.
Towards Bill. So, do you want to go ahead and venture out of the safe zone of this particular chamber to venture into the dark corners of the universe, where in fact that we could possibly get lost forever?
I mean, we could fucking die, bro.
I mean, we could fucking die like yesterday.
Surprised I didn't fucking get killed. You know, to draw a guy out, I had to do the most disgusting shit, and I thought like half the dudes in the building were gonna beat the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah, that was
Well-
probably the grossest I've ever felt.
Well, what did you have to do?
Well, I was trying to piss off one guy in particular by being a dick to a waitress, but I topped it off by putting the tip money in her cleavage, and I just still feel gross about that.
Mm.
Like, this was me intentionally designing ways to be a bad person, and unfortunately, the project was a success.
Okay, but did you get to the desired result?
Oh, yeah, absolutely no time flat.
Oh, grr. So you may have done something like kind of disgusting, but at least it had like a point.
Yeah, I didn't just do it for no reason.
Hey. Well, Chase is going to go ahead and look around at the particular chamber of this umbral reflection of the lighthouse and try to locate the umbral exit.
I mean, there's the glass tube that Zordon's in is reflective. Normally it would be a little weird, but he's shining out enough light that you still somehow manage to reflect on the glass. There's the glass like on the outside for the observation and whatnot.
Oh
So,
no! I'm at the door out of this chamber.
oh, I mean, there's a door where the door
Ah.
was.
Oh, I see what's about to happen.
I'm gonna walk over to the door.
Bill looks so unsure about this, but he can't leave him alone.
I'm gonna go ahead and place my hand on the door handle.
Man, this is so much easier at the fucking mansion.
Just gonna go ahead and like turn the handle and throw it open.
You've opened the door. There's stairs.
Ooh, nice. Gonna go ahead and descend the staircase. Go ahead and yell to Bill. So I'm going off here alone if you want to leave me alone, but I
I
would like
fucking hate you so much right now. And Bill just runs down the stairs like.
Smokey the bear scampers after you.
Only he can protect me from the Banes.
Clearly. So, god damn it. You guys are beautiful. So, as you venture back outside, excuse me, this will be Sage's first encounter, like, outside of the lighthouse in the Umbra. So, he is greeted with, wow, there's a lot of sensory input here. All the grass is greener, the sea is alive and surging. There are spirits fucking everywhere. Admittedly, like, the wind is really high up there, but you can still see them dancing around. There are little creatures in the plants that seem to be green themselves, have kind of leafy features, even almost branch-like, willowy anatomy. There's a lot of stuff. The beach is pretty lively, and thankfully people don't have homes like, at least here, right up on the water. So there's kind of indistinct faces on some of the rocks. They look like they're asleep. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. There's the seagulls, definitely still there. And at least on this side, you'll see maybe more dolphins than usual dancing around out past the out deep in the water. But
Holy shit,
but yeah.
dolphins! Well, Sage is doing one thing. He's gonna go ahead and like race off into the water and dive in. Gonna go ahead and like see if we can play with some dolphins. This is a thing. It's happening.
Oh boy. How you doing, Bill?
Bill is so skeeved out right now. He's like out in the open, man. Like on the beach, like, protect me, Satan.
Satan's got that, like, I don't know what the fuck you expect me to do look. He's latched on pretty good, though. He doesn't look thrilled about the water.
Oh, okay, we're not really going to go in the water. If he gets in trouble, we'll go in the water. We're not going in the water.
Satan.
Mimicking spirit speech of dolphin.
Satan gives you a nod of solidarity. So, among other things, as you plunge into the water, these little fuckers are everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
They're dancing around, they're swimming with you, kind of dolphin style, really. Once you plunge in and start swimming, they flood around. There's little patches and swarms of them, kind of like fish schools almost, all over the place. Albeit the ones that you're seeing are a little more kind of greeny tinge. They're a little briny. They've got a little bit of foam on the bubbly tips, but essentially same deal. So they're flitting around you like a little school of minnows, practically, as you're fucking glowing and swimming out through the water, screaming in dolphin. Or at least screaming in the closest approximation of dolphin.
You.
I don't know
Jason,
why
go
I
ahead
didn't
and,
expect this to happen and prepare for it.
So he's gonna go ahead and yell out to Bill that's probably safely on shore. The water's friendly.
I'm good, bro.
It's smiling and dancing.
Look, you see me? I am clearly a brown bear. You know what brown bears don't do? Swim.
You're lost.
They fish occasionally.
Oh my goodness. Alright, let me find some bullshit here because Pinterest is broke as fuck right now. But yeah, you're flitting out through the water. You're not really having any. Oh, that's very thematic. I'm just gonna save that. And then I'm gonna. What is my life? Ooh. I'm gonna save that. And I will save this and throw it up. Give me 1 second. And for what it's worth, Bob, you two, Bill could also see these little water spirits. Especially like as you're still standing on the sand like a smart person. You know, the tide rolls in. These guys kind of tumble around in it, like playing in the surf and in the wake, though they're, you know, clearly sucked back out with the water as it kind of pulls back for the next little tumble of a wave. Lots of them. And these guys. Watching, judging, like they do. But let's throw some of these guys up. Hey, that's pretty. Oh, not nearly so pretty when it's all distorted, because it's a much smaller picture than I thought it was. Lovely. Let's see if the other one's any better. Let's go with the really thematic one, because fuck it. That's, oh god, the colors. Yeah, that's kind of how it's going. You do swim out with reckless abandon. I need to high or low, Austin.
Hello.
Technically, you're on the right side. So yeah, thankfully, I mean, no fucking shark comes up and eats you or anything. I mean, you do
Yay.
see little reef sharks swimming around as well. I mean, everything is intense. I mean, you know the deal with the Umbra. Everything it's ideal.
Oh yeah.
Where, you know, sea life may not be living but so successfully in the Tellurian, there's certainly an abundance of it in the Umbra. It's still saltwater, so maybe you don't want to keep your eyes but so open while you're under there. But yeah, you swim out. The dolphins, all in all, seem to be just fine with this, and much like the water spirits are doing, will frolic around with you.
You try to
Pretty much
introduce-
just screaming play, play, play over and over again.
He'll try to go ahead and introduce himself as Sage and yeah, play. And start to go ahead and like bat around with the dolphins. Swim, 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 bat, 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 swim, swim, flick, mimic tail with my legs.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have a good time of it. They will literally keep this up until you are exhausted and decide to go back in. They'll lend you a fin here and there and pull you around. They'll twirl around you. They'll try to get you nosed up to like jump out of the water. Even they're just having a good old time, and they do this tirelessly.
Sage will go ahead and try to match up as much energy, try to match up their antics with his own antics. But when he feels like he's about to go ahead and like peter the fuck out, like he's almost at the end, he'll go ahead and like try to shriek out in Dolphin, hey, 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 wait.
What?
Talk?
What? Talk? Talk about what?
I live on like physical side. Can I ask you for help on physical?
They do some clicking and chattering, and essentially it's not that you can't understand, it's just that it's kind of like the murmurs among themselves, as some of them are still breaching and jumping and kind of being, you know, assholes, while the others are trying to like be like, hey guys, seriously, he asked a question, like, fuck.
The spirit brood is talking amongst itself.
Yeah, pretty much. There's some chatter, and finally one pops up. You can always ask, but if we give, you have to give back.
What would you like? I can give you a song. I can give you a dance.
Ooh, we like songs. Yes.
You like
For
songs?
small favor, we like songs.
I will give you a song. I will come back at some point and I will give you a song. And if you would like it, we can go ahead and like trade for favor and physical.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Has to be a very good song.
It's gonna be the best song I can make.
They start like chittering and squeaking and whatnot emphatically, like, best song though. Like this, best.
I will try. I will do my best. You will judge if it is best song.
Yes, we will. We will judge. Very judgmental.
Right.
They don't look judgmental at all. Those goofy fucking happy eyes.
Yay! Exuberant, like cheerful energy radiates from Sage. He started to go ahead and like beach himself back on dry land.
They follow you part of the way back, and they go into a series of jumps and spins and craziness again. You're again accompanied back by these little blobby blobs, who seem happy to like dance their way along. Once they get the idea that you're trying to get on land and having a little issue, you get kind of, with the next wave, you get a distinct, almost kind of direct feeling push into the sand.
Neat. If I go ahead and beach at any one point, I gotta go ahead and try to
They like roll you
stand
right up to Bill's fucking feet, like. Blah.
Go ahead and look up to Bill. Sup? because he's like still on the ground, like all unfortunate, naked on the sand.
You've been up to some shit today.
He goes ahead and nods.
God damn.
Go ahead and like stand up. Go ahead and yell back to the water. Thanks for a fun time, friends.
There's more like, I mean, all Bill hears is the pretty classic dolphin screeches and chatters and clicking, whistles and whatnot. And then they almost immediately they're like, yeah, that was fun. Were we playing? Play. Oh my god, play. Like, yeah, they go right back into it.
Turns over to Bill, and Bill goes ahead and like says in a low like voice, they like to play. They like to play.
Okay. Neat.
I don't know what would happen to me if I had lost my energy to play.
Good thing we didn't find out.
Maybe we'll find out next time.
Oh, please, God, no.
What are you worried about?
I don't know. The unknown. The whole swath of unknown that all of this represents.
Oh, throwing his like arm towards the ocean that is filled with ocean spirits, both water and Aquarian light, and the deep dark abyss from which no man truly knows the history of.
Well, that wasn't weird.
Anton is going to have a fuck of a time showing you the ins and outs of murder.
That sounds like a not delightful time, but a time I will have to spend.
It is absolutely fucking horrible. I still have nightmares about the dude whose head he cut off.
You know the face people go ahead and give when they've had such a wonderful time, but they've just been given some really off and awful news, but they've still got that stupid smile blasting on their face, trying to go ahead and like erase what they just heard like a half second ago. Sounds like something to avoid.
Okay, so yeah, let's latch on to something that doesn't give me trauma. What's your living situation like right now?
Oh, I got a rental at the beach.
You have a job?
No, I got savings.
Okay, do you have anybody who will care if you go missing for several days?
Some people, yeah, but I've
Okay.
found out that since actually several weeks before my change, people decided to disassociate themselves with me. So I have a much smaller base of friends who actually give a crap about whether I live or die.
All right, that's gonna happen to you, by the way. Like, normal people cannot handle being around us.
Is that why motherfuckers won't return my calls?
Absolutely. And also, sometimes people are just dicks.
Sage uncharacteristically goes ahead and gets fucking fed up as all possible and just goes ahead and gets this really awful, like, frustrated grimace. Really?
I mean, yeah, there's something about us, probably some inherent idea that, like, we're radiating some big bad wolf vibes.
Goes ahead and shakes his head. I never go ahead and murder a fly.
We are, in fact, big bad wolf. That is what we are.
That's not everybody, though.
No, Anton was going on about, like, how some people are, like, spiritually or physically or some slapdash of the two, like, akin to our species. I guess we're a species.
We're star children.
Motherfucker, you're the only star boy here.
Well, I'm a star child. He goes ahead, every time he fucking says it, he goes ahead and like waves his arm around in a majestic wave as if he's drawing a goddamn motherfucking jolly guy a rainbow above his head.
Well, okay, one, normal people know about what we do, or we're gonna have to take extreme measures. So keep that in your head. Don't let normal people know. And two, it's really fucking hard to tell who isn't a normal person. Like, look at all the shit that had happened just to get us talking.
What? A girl wanted to talk to your friend. It was having an awful time of it. I just
He
facilitated it.
already knows the crow. The crow and him know each other.
What's the deal with the girl and him then? What?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's his thing to explain. Okay.
She
But
goes ahead and shrugs.
fucking,
Okay.
like, here's the deal.
Hmm?
There will be some people. We will point them out to you, the ones that we know. All right. But there are some people who are vaguely related to us in a way that makes them immune to whatever it is people don't like about us.
Okay.
Some of them have a fairly decent working knowledge of what we are and will help us. Some of them are oblivious.
Okay.
We are.
Do they
I am
have-
still devising a system to detect who and who is not that.
I mean, do they also have the potential to be? And he goes ahead and waves his arms around.
No fucking
in
idea.
The rainbow.
No idea. I don't know what triggers this shit, dude. I have no idea. As far as I know, you and I and Anton just won the world's shittiest lottery.
What do you call it? The shitty lottery. I'm having blasty blast, except for the
I
fact
have
that
seen
my
death.
Tell
Like,
me
I have
about
seen
it.
people fucking die, Holmes.
But you seem to be wound up about this particular issue, so why don't you just go ahead and lay it
It's
all
a
out there?
fucking issue, man. Right before this, like, maybe I got into like a fist fight or two at school, and I watched like action movies, and I just had a pretty settled, quiet life before this. Now after this, fucking, I used to get nervous about like annual reviews. You know what I get nervous about now? Being discovered for murder.
So that is your big anxiety I'm currently feeling from you. I'm feeling the bias from you, and this anxiety about being discovered from being for a murder.
I don't even have the energy to scream. Yes, that is a. Oh, I can't even fucking wait. Can't even fucking wait till it's you in the fucking murder bus with me, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's so fucking terrible," and I'll be like, "I fucking told you."
Okay. Fair enough. It's just trying to get the lay of the land, trying to get the lay of the situation, trying to figure out like where exactly you are in the emotional barometer of like this issue of having to murder people.
I don't like it.
Did you have? Okay, I understand. You didn't like having to murder a person. Was it an evil spirit?
The first one, no, she just tried to kill me.
Self-defense. Okay. Second one.
I guess. I don't know. I took Anton's word for it.
Okay. And then you go ahead and like trust Anton, right?
For better or for worse.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, if you got like a good handle on the first murder, self-defense, you go ahead and trust the person that directed the consequences and situation of the second murder, Anton. Okay.
Look,
I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and judge you for something that I don't know anything about.
all right. So normally we try to insist that we're going to take you back to like our area, but that is several hours away. That's on the other side of the state.
I mean, if you're inviting me to your place, I'm willing to go ahead and take a road trip.
We're gonna have to clear it with Anton. But considering how he feels about new recruits, it's a probable yes.
Wait, why am I being recruited? What am I agreeing for?
You already got recruited. The fact that you changed means you're in this fucking horrible murder death war.
He goes ahead and like looks around, looks to the White House. Zordon didn't tell me I wasn't being recruited. Nothing.
Zordon probably thought that all of that was implied and you killed the worm.
Yeah.
Zordon seems like a very minimalist philosopher.
I mean, it's kind of a cool philosophy, man. You don't get like hung up on like extraneous or complicated like world thesis or philosophies. I'm cool with it.
All right, so we're gonna come back over. We're gonna clear it with Anton. It'll probably clear, and then we're going on a fucking trip in my shitty little car to go see the place where we are probably going to be running most of this horrifying murder death war from.
You keep calling it a horrible murder death war. I think you need to go ahead and work on your name, Sage says. He's like trying to work his way back towards the lighthouse and where he has always crossed the gauntlet.
Bill goes with them, though I think it's safe to say at this point, because we need a Torna for this, that this would probably be a time to end the scene and pick it up later.
I'm cool with that.
You basically, you can go back, go across and whatnot. The solution will be simply that Anton is trailed behind, and for the sake of the fact that Bill does share some space with Anton, at least as much as he's out at the mansion, and Anton has not been sleeping a lot. So when you do finally putter back out, you find Anton sitting on the bench that kind of overlooks the cliffside that the lighthouse, shines over. And he is out fucking cold. The Raven's still just perched on his shoulder.
Shit.
And there, in that magnificent moment, we will end this scene. So thank you guys. We'll jump back into this ASAP. Bye-bye.